Krassux was the shield against oblivion. Where others wept at exile, he turned grief into iron. A First Generation Laixan, he stood among the Triumvirate as the perfect warrior, his wickerplate armor lacquered in resin and his obsidian blade sharp enough to sever both flesh and fate. Born into a noble military family in southern Laixax, Krassux was exposed to military tactics and experience from a young age. His father, Caonabo Cunning, worked alongside Casique Borinken to secure the Kasicasco. Krassux was involved in events such as quelling the Green Coral Rebellion in the 14th century Old World calendar. When the Laixans, diminished in number, reached Burghandia, Krassux enforced strict discipline. He drilled his soldiers, stressing that survival hinged not merely on combat skills, defensive structures, or faith, but on provisions. He ordered the creation of Krassux's vault to store all obsidian, weapons, and all supplies. He hardened Laixan determination, eradicating any indecision. Strength is supplies, he proclaimed.
Supplies dictate the outcome of wars. Let's hunt!
His most enduring act was the pact with Victoria, when he chose trade and knowledge-sharing over conquest. Rather than burn the Sulcian capital with the Laixan's superior weapons and tactics, he offered obsidian to their smiths, marrying Laixan craft and native endurance. This decision transformed foes into tributaries and sowed the seeds of Laixan supremacy across the continent. It was strategy, not slaughter, that secured his people's future. Legends say his presence was storm-like, silent until the strike, then unstoppable. On battlefields, he wore a red feather crown that slashed like fire against his dark armor, and his commands rang sharper than his blade. Yet away from war, he was austere, speaking little, always watching the horizon as if measuring threats yet unseen. From his sons came the great martial dynasties, the Vexia family, the warlords of the south, and the Corvus family, the Shadowblades. Their power still echoes his creed, that survival is forged by discipline, sharpened by cunning, and bound by loyalty. Krassux's death was not in battle, but in his home in the Heartlands. But his legend endures. In every training ground, when shields thud against spears, warriors whisper his name. To the Laixans, Krassux was more than protector. He was proof that in a world of gods and monsters, human resolve could carve a destiny as enduring as steel.